It was White House Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany's first day on the job when an unusual question came her way.
Will you pledge never to lie to us from that podium?
I will never lie to you. You have my word on that.
9 months into the job, her successor, Biden Press Secretary Jen Psaki, has yet to be asked the same question. But like all press secretaries, she is only as good as the truth. Telling it is often a reflection of her boss. Times of crisis can reveal just how much the truth is distorted as it's passed from the Oval Office to the briefing room. Pierre Salinger was press secretary during what was arguably the Kennedy administration's biggest crisis, the botched Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba.
He went on national television the day after the Bay of Pigs. He said, look, I'm the President of the United States. I made this decision. This is my fault, and I take full responsibility for it. And he called me into his office. He said, boy, did you see that poll this morning, Pierre? I said, I sure did, Mr. President. He said, I hope I don't have to keep doing stupid things like that to remain popular.
President Biden is losing popularity, as reflected in numerous polls. With each drop, it seems the truth, as delivered from the briefing room podium, becomes more malleable, the responses more snide, the rhetorical posture more defensive, even on the little things, as when FOIA'd emails revealed the first dog, Major, had bitten Secret Service agents every day for 8 days after Psaki had said there had been only one biting incident.
Obviously, that is not the world's most important story, but it is significant because we expect honest information even for minor stories. So can you explain to us why there was some kind of misleading account presented to us? And if we can't get honest information about minor stories, why should we have faith in the administration's account for larger issues like Afghanistan?
I know you do keep the dog in the news in the briefing room, so thank you for that. As we've stated previously, Major has had some challenges adjusting to life in the White House. He has been receiving additional training, as well as spending some time in Delaware, where the environment is more familiar to him and he is more comfortable. I don't have any additional specifics.
Notice the Psaki specialty, misdirection. She didn't answer the direct question, why was a misleading account presented to us? In Washington, the word lie is infrequently heard, often supplanted by spin, or at worst, mendacity, defined as untruthfulness. But on September 2nd, the New York Post broached that word in this editorial headline, Jen Psaki keeps lying for Joe Biden on Afghanistan. It referred to leaked audio between Presidents Biden and Ghani of Afghanistan, in which Biden expresses early concern the Afghanistan army was failing.
Well, I'm not going to get into private diplomatic conversations or leaked transcripts of phone calls. But what I can reiterate for you is that we have stated many times that no one anticipated, the vast majority, I should say, there may have been individuals and agencies, so I don't want to eliminate that option, but our national security team and no one in Congress, or I would say most people out in the public, anticipated that the Taliban would be able to take over the country as quickly as they did.
Amidst the ongoing supply chain crisis, Psaki was asked why Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg remained on paternity leave.
A new poll found that 65% of voters think that, given what's going on, he should come back to work.
He's at work.
He's on paternity leave.
I was on a conference call with him this morning.
He's in the department now, every day.
Listen, Emerald, I think what you're getting at here is this question about whether men, parents, women should have paternity and maternity leave, and the answer is absolutely yes, in our view.
Confronted with the evidence the supply chain issue had been ongoing for months, Psaki once mocked a reporter.
And people couldn't get dishwashers and furniture and treadmills delivered on time, not to mention all sorts of other things. So why is
the tragedy of the treadmill that's delayed?
Right.
A frequent and convenient target of Psaki's contained scorn is Fox News' Peter Doocy.
So if somebody walks into the country, right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined.
Again, notice the wording. It's the intention for them to be quarantined. Unfortunately for Psaki, reporters other than Doocy are now catching on that intentions often mean something other than reality. If there is a defense of Psaki, it may be that she is surrounded by mendacity. The evidence is in the briefing books, which she refers to frequently, often reading verbatim. But the best example of such spin is the subject of a Wall Street Journal editorial. It notes that Democrats are now touting the new $2 trillion Build Back Better bill for its economy, pared down from $3.5 trillion. The editorial calls that a confidence trick and a ruse, citing its many phony sunset provisions.
Perhaps the biggest spin of all is the Democratic talking point that the bill, whatever its ultimate size, will, quote, cost zero. Anyone who has taken out a car loan, even the person standing behind the briefing room podium, knows that that's not the truth. Doug McElway for the Washington Examiner.